Welcome to our channel. Please like and subscribe. What if one of the most powerful civilizations in history was built thousands of years ago without modern technology, without machines, and yet it created structures so advanced, so massive, that we still study them today. This is ancient Egypt, and once you understand how it became so powerful, you'll realize it wasn't luck, it was strategy. In this video, you're going to understand ancient Egypt in a simple, clear way. And more importantly, why it became one of the most dominant civilizations in history. Let's begin. Everything starts with one thing. The Nile River. Ancient Egypt didn't grow randomly. It grew because of geography. The Nile provided water. In a region surrounded by desert, every year the river flooded, and when it receded, it left behind rich, fertile soil. This made farming possible and reliable. While other regions struggled with unpredictable conditions, Egypt had consistency, and consistency creates stability. Now think about that. If your food supply is stable, your population grows, and when population grows, so does power. This was the foundation. Now, let's move to structure. Egypt was not chaotic, it was highly organized. At the top was the pharaoh, not just a king, but considered a living god. This gave the pharaoh absolute authority. People didn't just follow rules, they believed in them. Below the pharaoh, there were officials, priests, and workers. Each role was clear, each person had a function. This created order, and order allows systems to scale. Now let's talk about belief. Religion was central to everything. The Egyptians believed in the afterlife. They believed that life continued beyond death. And this belief influenced everything they built, especially the pyramids. These were not just structures, they were designed as tombs for the pharaohs, built to last forever. Now here's what's important. Building something on that scale requires coordination, planning, labor, and resources. Egypt had all of it because their system supported it. Now, let's talk about labor. Contrary to popular belief, the pyramids were not built by slaves alone. Many workers were skilled laborers, organized into teams, provided with food, shelter, and structure. This was not random work. It was managed, efficient, purpose-driven. Now let's talk about technology. Egypt didn't have modern machines, but they had knowledge, engineering techniques, mathematics, and an understanding of materials. They used simple tools, but applied them with precision, because knowledge applied consistently creates powerful results. Now let's move to trade. Egypt was not isolated. The Nile connected regions, making transportation easier. Goods moved along the river. Trade expanded. Resources increased. And with more resources came more growth. Now, let's talk about defense. Egypt was naturally protected. Deserts surrounded much of the land. This made invasion difficult and allowed Egypt to develop internally without constant conflict. This stability was rare, and it gave them an advantage. Now, let's simplify everything. Ancient Egypt became powerful because of geography, a stable food supply, strong leadership, clear structure, shared belief, and organized systems. It wasn't one thing. It was everything working together. Now, here's where perspective shifts. Egypt didn't just build structures, it built systems. Systems that supported growth, consistency, and long-term stability. And that's why it lasted for thousands of years. Now, take a moment. Think about the pyramids. Massive, precise, still standing today. They are not just monuments. They are proof of what organized systems can achieve. Now, one final thought. Ancient Egypt may seem distant, ancient, unrelated to today, but the principles are the same. Structure, consistency, belief, and long-term thinking. These are what create power then and now. And once you understand that, you don't just see ancient Egypt as history, you see it as a system that worked. That was excellent. Please like and subscribe for daily lessons. See you next time.